Well guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's a new day. We're going to try to get this frame stripped clean and get it ready for paint so we can go ahead and cut those C-notches and get those PSI conversion brackets in. But first, the race car is running low on fuel and we do an E30 mixture, so we're going to show you how we do that. Welcome back to the channel. Like I said, guys, we are getting started on this channel and we're going to show you more than just OBS Chevy trucks and racing. We're going to do a little bit of everything. So we currently race that car right there, all right, and that one behind there, I'm going to wait to show you guys that 99 to 04 New Edge Mustang. You guys have to wait a little bit on that because that's going to be good content for you. I'm heading up in town. We're going to go grab some E85R and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do. So my wife and I both have a EcoBoost S550 Mustang. Hers is a 2018 10-speed, mine's a 2019 6-speed manual, and they're both kind of set up the same. We do autocross, which is like, you know, a lot of people see the parking lot style racing around cones. We do that. We'll do road course like HPDE events, and then also like time trials whenever they're in the area. So it's kind of an all-around fun car. Guys, a lot of people don't understand how well balanced they are stock. It's just a great chassis that you know, there's higher end cars that you can buy for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, and then there's the EcoBoost. And a lot of people don't realize those same suspension components all go on the EcoBoost, and the EcoBoost is lighter in the front end. So we're tuned on this car, on my 2019. It is running E30. So the E30 has to be mixed, and we're heading there now to go ahead and get that mixture. And we need to go get some foam brushes as well for the POR 15. So we're really excited to get that done. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit a like, leave us a comment what you guys think, what you're into, what kind of racing do you do. There's gonna be a lot of different stuff on this channel. We got a buddy that has a C6 Z06 that is a LG Motorsports kind of build. If anybody has Corvettes or knows about Corvette racing, that's a company in Texas that they do some pretty awesome in-house stuff, a bunch of carbon. This thing has got like Frankenstein heads. It's got about probably 680. The 7 at the tire is the horsepower it makes NA with the LS7. It's got the big wing carbon fiber, the splitter carbon fiber. It is an absolute animal. So I can't wait to show you guys that car. All right, guys, so we're here right now, getting ready to go ahead and get the race fuel, right? We're at Sunoco, and that's what we're getting our E85R. And we're back, guys. So look, we just got back from grabbing this E85R, and now what I'm doing is filling this up to 4 gallons exactly. That's a 5-gallon container. So I'm just filling this up. I got a little pump. That's all I got to do, because 4 gallons of E85 in a full tank of 93 is going to be my perfect E30 mixture for me. We're almost there. That's pretty much it. There's 4 gallons right there. So now we're going to take this to the gas station and we're going to go ahead and put 93 in the rest of the tank, because I'm pretty much at like 15 miles. But this is definitely something that, you know, if you were daily driving every day, you probably wouldn't want to mess with, you know. But for me, this is more power, baby, you know. Shout out to more power, baby. This little pump, though, I'm telling y'all, it's freaking awesome. All right, now we're heading to the gas station. Oh, race seats. So, guys, the reason why I went to IRS with the OBS Chevy build is because I've been racing this S550 Mustang for about 3 years now, and I absolutely just love IRS. At first when I got it, I did not. I was a Fox body, you know, stick axle, let it slide out, walk it back, that predictable feeling of that. That's how I've always been. I took a gamble on this platform, and it was a little bit of some growing pains, but I've got a simulator, and so I ain't gonna lie, that guys helps out so much. I've learned how to dial this chassis and plant the weight where I need to put it, and how it's going to be predictable coming out of the turn. So I love it. I think that there's a lot of grip that is left on the table using a stick axle. Yes, obviously a proper chassis, proper geometry, a bunch of money, is you can get there, no problem. but we ain't doing that. We're doing, you know, this is like a regular guy or girl that's building this truck, and you're getting a lot for your money. I mean, you're getting the brakes, you're getting the limited slip differential. The brakes are 14-inch rotors, 4-piston Brembo. I mean, that's crazy. The limited slip, you know, that's awesome. And then the alignment, we can get some camber in there. I mean, this truck's gonna have camber in the rear. That's gonna be legit. So that's kind of why I went that route. If that makes more sense to you guys, because I've been racing a, you know, Mustang that has IRS, so I feel really comfortable and I like it, you know. I mean, this EcoBoost, it's an EcoBoost. Most people watching this right now, they're like, dude, that's stupid, or that's, you know, whatever. Totally fine, I get it, man. I understand. The reason I even got it was I love the 80s SVOs, and I always liked turbochargers and 4-cylinder stuff, but I never owned anything. I'd only owned, you know, V8s. And so when my wife got one, and I took it out autocrossing, and I beat all the V8s in that class, and it was a stock EcoBoost. It had a 10-speed. So I was like, man, there's something to this. And then I drove a couple of the 5.0s, and they were real heavy in the front end, and they would push. So that's how this happened. So anyways, guys, hopefully I'll show you some racing in this thing, and we're gonna get to ripping that frame down on the OBS truck. And we're here. All right, let's get some 93 after we mix in this E85. We just go ahead and put this 4 gallons of E85 right on in to the tank. Thanks, buddy. It's that good stuff. It's that good stuff. You gotta mix it. So that was funny. Somebody in town at the stoplight, they said, "What are you doing? You're at a gas pump." I said, "Yeah, it's the good stuff. You got to mix it." And he goes, "That's what I figured." People always look at you and wondering what you're doing. So, all right, that's 4 gallons right there. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the 93. 93 the rest of the way. So this, again, for most people, probably not the easiest for a daily driver, but for me, it works out pretty good. So we ended up at 9.9, so that's pretty much on par. I added, it's a 14-gallon tank. Get back in this thing. It's enough car stuff. What about some, let's do some truck OBS stuff. How about that, guys? Sorry for boring you, some of you, but if you got any questions about that and this platform, just let me know. I cannot wait until I have a crazy alignment on the truck, and the camber is just insane on the turn in. This thing is so fun to drive, and I'm ready to do that in a pickup truck. Mixing up that fuel. That's what we're doing. I mean, you guys need one good little rip. I mean, this thing doesn't do much, but all this work, and you haven't even got to see a little rip yet. We are in Mexico, so that's fine. Maybe we'll do a little one. Yeah, this goes to 45 mile an hour really quick, guys. It goes to 45, about 48, it was probably 48 hours line. But it does it decently for a little 4-cylinder. Now to the fun stuff. I don't have jack stands that are tall enough to bite onto this frame with the wheels and tires on. So I guess we're gonna get a jack in here, jack up the rear end, pop off the wheels and tires, let it down low enough to where it'll actually hit that frame. We'll do a couple in the front, smaller ones, and then the 2 larger ones in the back. Most of your weight's gonna be up there. So we'll get to it. If you guys don't have, man, these little aluminum jacks, we use them for autocross, putting the Mustangs. So we drive our Mustangs to the actual autocross events or road course events. We only had an issue one time when I blew the motor in my car with 30,000 miles on it because the oil cooler line popped off because I was an idiot and used the on AN lines when I built them. I didn't pay attention to PTFE hose in my fittings. I was working 7 days a week, and I just was rushing to get it back together to go out on track, and it worked great for about 2 weeks. And then I think it was top of third gear, probably around 90 mile an hour, and turn 10 or turn 9 at Putnam Park. She let go, and all 7 quarts just dumped underneath me, and that was very fun. I'm just glad no one got hurt, and we learned our lesson. That's why we're here, guys, so you can learn lessons. So I can screw up, and you don't have to. So we got it off the ground. Those little jacks, they're like 35 pounds. They are awesome. A little pricey, but definitely worth the money. This here is a freedom funnel. You never know when we might need that. And guys, think about on your swap, you know, you're gonna be able to sell your wheels, you know, sell this axle. There's gonna be a lot of things that you can actually sell. Heck, these things are light, man. So these will be going to somebody. Shoo-wee, look at those bad boys. Those will be going to somebody that's got a farm rig that they're like, man, that thing, those are the classics, you know. I grew up, had these wheels on my Toyotas and Fords and different things. All right, get that off. They're light. They're super light. Let's just do it just to see. Why not? This is, you know, these will just be to hold the truck up. Is all this is going to be. But you know, there you go, guys. Take a look. What's that look like? Oh crap! We're getting somewhere. This tire is rough, but they were cheap. Got them for 180 bucks for all 4 for the fronts, which are, I believe, 20 by 8. So, yeah, let's get some jack stands. Shoo, I almost grabbed the Harbor Freights. I better not. O'Reilly's brand, a lot better, hopefully. Now, you know, if you're Harbor Freight and that was the big meme, you know you probably fixed it by now. All right, we're grabbing it right before the bend, and I'll show y'all here in a second. All right, and then for the rear, we're gonna let that down first. I'm gonna let that come on down. I still might not be able to grab it. Well, she went right on there because I accidentally went a little too fast. Hell, it's hitting that one too. That was like a test run. So there's that all the way out. So this one here ain't even grabbing. Look at that. We need to go back up. Means all the weight's back here. We don't like that. Not at all. My jack stands won't go high enough. So we're gonna improvise. We're gonna go ahead and cut us some blocks. So we need to be about like that right there. There's one. Like I said, guys, we're doing this the way that you might be doing this. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so that goes right there. Just gained a little bit. I wonder if we can do that a couple more times. We got something. We're working with something now, guys. All right, before we were not, but now we are working with something. It's not great, but it's something. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that. Now on this side, All right, what do we got? 1, 2, and 3, and there's the magic 4. I can live with that. I can live with that. Biggest thing is there's some rivets we want to clear. Heck, I'll even put in this little thing just for safeguarding. All right. All right. That's perfect. That one's pretty darn good as well. I think we can live with that one. Yep. Yep. Now let's see what happens. So on this side, we're grabbing it, getting ready to. This side, not yet. Getting ready to. The fronts look good. Hey, if anything, this back one on it over here is not touching, but we got something there. There's support. So what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on getting all the stuff off the rear end that we want off the rear end. So let's go over here and get you a better look. You can see what we did. We just kind of cribbed those up. There's 2 pieces of 4x on that corner. Every piece is touching something, right? So I'm not worried about that. You can check it out and see every piece. There you go. You can see underneath there. Same thing on that side, so we're supported. Okay, there's not much weight back here either. Well, the Kleins wouldn't cut through that outer one, so they grabbed the old trusty "I'll cut through anything" saw. That's what we just grabbed. And we're gonna get through it. I was gonna try to remove them, but it's becoming more of a time than we thought. And I want to get to this frame and get it clean. I don't want to be messing on some used parts that we're not even going to be running anymore. So, and that's more time away from editing videos for you guys. All right, done, out of the way. We ain't playing with it no more. All right. Now this one, watch this one be real easy to get to. It'll just like completely be like, okay, since you cut me already, I'm just gonna go real easy on you. Watch that. You guys, and finally, there you go. My gosh. How ridiculous was that? All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove these shocks now, get those out of the way. It's a 13 millimeter. I got a 13 wrench on the bottom. Easy ones on the top. All right. There's those. We got the big ones down low. Let's get us our 21 on there. We got lucky. Something satisfying about ripping apart an old truck. Something old that you're going to be able to, you know, put new parts on. It's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Look at these things. shot. I think we're going to remove the brake line. I think we're going to do it up here higher. There's two ways you could do it. You could do it over here on this bracket, or you could go ahead and do it there. I think we're going to do it right back here. Like we said, guys, you could do it back there on that bracket if you wanted to, or I'm going to do mine right there. Why not? Can't hurt. Can't hurt. You know, while I'm here, looks like we got some of these bolts here. That bracket's probably coming off. You know, for this guy here, we're not going to need this. We're going to have to reuse this or come up with our own method. I'll show you that as we get there. But yeah. Spray these down for the leaf springs. Can unbolt those, make it easier. One-man show again. So if you got help, awesome. I might have some help later. We'll see. Well, and so I didn't waste time. I grabbed my old trusty any damn size you want. We call it a fit-all. I need to get a set of brake line wrenches. I can't believe I don't have a set. So before we crack this all the way loose, we're going to grab this cool little tool. These little things here are awesome because they'll stop the fluid from coming out. It comes in different sizes. It's got a little spring with a stopper. So that's what we're going to go ahead and use. Put a rag under there. I believe this, let's see here, pulls out, and yep, goes around the nut, and then that stops that. So that's nice. On this end, I'm probably going to lose a little bit, and that's fine. But hopefully you can see that. It just plugs it in, and it's all spring loaded. So it's an awesome little tool. So now we're going to go ahead and remove some of these clamps. Could have probably taken that loose, but we don't really care. I'll put a P-clip there on the frame or something for this harness. She's free though. So then this bracket here is going to come off. Now I'd say we're going to want to keep this bracket and this so we can modify it maybe. So I'm going to break it loose here. I'm going to get some more oil, break loose that hard line there. So I'll get some oil, some penetrant on this. And then I've already done the bolts on this side. This vent's going to go with it. That can just be popped off. All right. For sure, but there that is. Who knows, we might use that later. We're gonna hang on to it. It's a 13, and guys, I'm working out of a Craftsman like toolbox that you buy, the like plastic ones that you carry around. I mean, again, we're just gonna get this done, you know. It's hot on your fingers. It's burnt my fingers. Y'all are gonna see me just hurt myself a lot on this, aren't you? Good for you. Good for you. All right. Again, it's just a 13. You know, work smarter, not harder. You let that frame do the work. So now this guy can go over like that. We're getting somewhere. we're moving, okay? I think now we go ahead and do the drive shaft, remove that, and then I think we take the, after we do the drive shaft, I think we're going to cut off the U-bolts, let that get on the jack, get the rear end out of the way, and then we're going to unbolt the leaf springs and makes it easier. Like I said, it's one of me. If you got help and stuff and you just want to take off the leaf springs, and that's fine. You go right ahead. Got me a little swivel on there. It's not acting too nice. Not bad. Somebody said on TikTok, they said, man, I'm supporting you. He said, I want to see this channel grow to like Cletus or somebody else. I'm like, I'm right there with you, brother. We won't be doing it here. We'll be having us a nice little shop. But you know what? This ain't bad. This ain't bad at all. You know, at least we're doing it, right? What if you weren't doing it? So I'm blessed. We got here the trusty get the hell out of my way. That's what we got. There it is. Always works. There's certain tools in the garage that are the ones you just go to because you know it's going to work. That's the trusty get the hell out of my way, okay? Drive shaft is out. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and see what we got here. Well, that'll do it, apparently. So we got the jack kind of chilling with the rear end. So that side's still attached. Well, could have just done that. Now remember, guys, I'm just like any of y'all, okay? I'm not some big fancy smancy YouTuber yet. With y'all's help, who knows what's possible. So we've got a moving blanket. That's what I've got, okay? I'm gonna put this moving blanket. So we'll just monitor it, okay? We'll just monitor and see what happens, but we're gonna go ahead and do it like this. All right? That's how we're gonna do it. So we're trying. Hey, at least we tried, right? You just got to make sure to monitor the sparks. That's all we're doing here. Yeah. There it is. Woo! Really, this is the real trusty. I'll cut through anything. So really, so we got that one down, and we'll get this last one down. Well, again, learning curve. I'm using my phone right now. I'm gonna get some better stuff for the GoPro that we'll do in the future. This is only gonna get better from here. But I did go ahead and use cutoff wheel. Got the last two of these U-bolts all free. We put that moving blanket over the fuel tank for now. I'm gonna probably try to install this with that fuel tank so that if you happen to not wanna go to the crazy race setup, then I can show you how that we do that. I'm probably still gonna go to the crazy race setup to get the weight back there so that I can fill it all the way up, and that way the weight's kind of concentrate in the back. But we are completely free. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and lower this down. There we go. That's a 10 bolt, guys. So she's free. Might be able to even take this off. Maybe. And push this in. a little bit and then swing it and then pull back without hitting the jack. It's like parallel parking a car is what it is. There we go. Look at this, one man guys, one man. Remember, we might use this Y block here, so we're not gonna try to damage it. But yeah, here we go. It's down far enough. So I slid the 10 bolt out. It's out there for now. Anybody needs a 10 bolt with 140,000, check me out. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Taking a little time. What's going to suck now is I have no air compressor, right? I do all battery tools. This is the one time that an air compressor, I guess painting too, right? You can paint your own, with air compressor, but this is going to be that one time that I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need that. And then without a freaking air hammer, I'm going to wish I had one. So I'm going to probably take the grinder and do X's and try to kind of just grind those down. That's all I got right now. If I had a, wish I had an air hammer. That's all I can say. These leaf springs, while we're here, we're getting ready to pull those, but this is a 15. Get rid of these. Might as well. Okay. Going to take a 3/8 extension and then lift up. All right, here's that one. Do these back first, since they seem to be easier. They seem to be. All right. We'll go to the front. All right, that's it. I'm gonna drop this one, pick up. That's it, guys. Leaves are out of here. All right, we're getting somewhere. Okay, we are getting somewhere. You can do this too. I just hope I can make it to LS Fest and somebody that's been watching the entire build can ride with me. I thought that was going to hit the fuel tank. It did not, so you're good. Lift up, drop. Like I said, I just pounded that in there. Works perfect. Works perfect. Leaf spring out of here. we got coilovers that are on the way. And actually, weird enough, I ordered these spacers yesterday when I ordered the coilovers, and they showed up today. So these are those spacers that I was talking about. This will go on either side of the coilover on the bottom for the Camaro. So that'll go inside the coilover. That bolt will be the lower Camaro bolt that goes through, that holds it. We're gonna try to use these up top as well. So that's why I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. All right, guys, so I had to pause and make a decision. I started to try to remove these with chisel and stuff, and I stopped because I wanted to get this video out for you guys. So I went and got my buddy's air compressor and got me an air hammer, and we've tested the first one. So we're gonna go ahead and show you what I did pretty much. This is gonna be making an X in it. So that's where we're at, and then we should be able to swap out to the punch and drive it out. All right, now we're going to go ahead and punch them out. Guys, there you go. So this is definitely faster. But like I said, do your X's and then use the chisel going down, and then you can just go to the pointer and poke it right through. I mean, this was perfect. This was a bolt. These were the rivets, and I'm so happy the frame looks great underneath there. I was worried about that. All right, we're gonna go with this one. We're gonna throw this back on here. And then you can hear my pups. They're like, dude, quit making all that noise. My neighbors are probably thinking the same thing. All right, so now we got the chisel on here. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta plug it in. It's so hot, I had so many fans plugged in, I tripped the breaker. So we have to run with no fans. Go ahead, it's getting late, all right? But we are, look at where we're at right now, okay? I started this today, all right? And we are almost there. I'll get this off, the other side, and start to clean this frame up so we can go ahead and mark this and get this cut out for you guys, so then we can get those brackets on. Guys, we've had skill saws out. We've had, I mean, the rear end, the brake tools. We were, I mean, doing everything today, right? So let me get this all cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these out on this side. You've seen me how I did it over here. Guys, we'll get this side there removed as well, and then we'll try to get this down as best we can to get that POR 15 applied. It'll have to do for now. This truck is gonna go through a bunch of different variations. So I'm sure that at one point we're gonna pull it apart and send it off, get it powder coated, sandblast and powder coated and things like that. Right now, we're just trying to make it to LS Fest and show you guys at home how to do this swap. Again, yes, I went and got a air hammer today, but for the most part, you've seen me so far. I've got it to this point by myself. My wife helped me push the truck in. I could have put the negative battery terminal on and started it and brought it in. So you guys can do this at home. And if you got any questions, put them in the comments. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, guys. Appreciate you.